Okay, look, everyone is feeling the impacts from the war. Of course, here in Australia, we're in a fuel crisis. Anthony Albanese is in Singapore. Is that going to fix it?
Well, I think it will help, and fair enough, the Prime Minister has a commitment. Australia has a commitment to regular meetings with the Singaporean leadership. Singapore is a good friend of Australia. In the end, though, Singapore can only deliver the fuel that it gets. And if the Persian Gulf is a no-go zone for the transit of oil and gas, Singapore won't have any fuel to refine, and therefore it won't have anything to deliver. So what we need to be doing first and foremost is acting swiftly to secure freedom of navigation in the Gulf, and in the medium and longer term, we need to do much more to develop our own liquid fuel storage and to develop our own liquid fuel production. Frankly, one of President Trump's slogans, drill baby drill, we need to do a lot more of that in Australia. Over the last decade or so, because of our fossil fuel phobia, we haven't been doing it. We need to urgently develop prospective new areas like the Taroom Trough in Queensland. I think it was a great mistake to discourage the exploration for oil in the Great Australian Bight. We could do more off the Northwest Shelf. We need to do much more to try to encourage the fuel self-sufficiency that we largely had a couple of decades back.
Well, I think more Australians are really waking up to that. I think, as you said, a fuel phobia that's been in existence for a little while. Perhaps it's shifting now. I'd like to talk about leadership. You're, of course, running Australia just over 10 years ago. What's it actually like being Prime Minister of Australia?
Well, it's a wonderful honour and privilege. And I guess every day you cherish it, and every day you're not, you regret it. Look, I guess I will always be grateful to my party and to my country for giving me the opportunity to lead.
What's it like dealing with the White House?
Well, I was dealing with the Obama White House. President Obama was not exactly an ideological soulmate of mine, but I took the view that it was the job of the Australian Prime Minister to offer practical help as opposed to annoying advice and criticism. My basic approach to the White House, to the President, was to be as helpful as I humanly could be. I figured that everyone who goes into the White House either wants something or has a complaint, and I wasn't going to be either a demander or a complainer. I was there to help. And as Kim Beazley very kindly said after my big meeting with Barack Obama in the Oval Office, he said, well, the Americans commented afterwards, the world needs more Tony Abbotts. And
there you go.
That was then.
The world needs more Tony Abbotts. Which world leaders do you look up to?
In my time, the two most impressive leaders were Shinzo Abe of Japan and Narendra Modi of India, both transformative leaders and both, I think, fundamentally decent men. Look, leadership, it counts. The human factor in history is the most important factor in history. The world changes for better or worse, person by person, and no one makes a bigger difference than the leaders of significant countries.
Any leaders that disappointed you?
Well, look, I don't really want to get into a bitching and belly aching session. My job was to have the best possible relationship with all of the leaders that I came across. And while I never thought of myself as a foreign policy expert prior to becoming Prime Minister. I did make it my practice whenever I met a significant foreign leader for the first time to say something that was true, that I thought I could say in conscience, and that they would like to hear. And I think that stood me in pretty good stead throughout my time as PM.